Hey y'all! Ooh, excuse me. It's Kitty. I just had something I had to say. Because I'm online, as usual, doing nothing, bored as hell. And I'm not annoyed, but it's just something I have to say about people that kind of get on my nerves. You ever on a website, like you're on MySpace or something, right? And, you ever meet somebody, and you add them as a friend, or you send them a message, and they're like, okay, they're like, oh, hit me up on Yahoo, or on AIM, or something like that? Most of the time, it's on Yahoo. And because of that now, I'm not requesting anybody ever again on Yahoo, unless I know them personally already. Because this is getting ridiculous. Okay, so, I'm on one of my sites that I'm on, and, somebody sent me a message, so I sent him back a message, right? And he sends me a message back, and he's like, hit me up on AIM right now, I'm bored. I'm like, okay. So, I add him to my AIM, and I'm talking to him, and we're talking and everything. And so far, it was a pretty nice conversation. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like somebody I can actually talk to and probably get to know. So, let me see, let me go up a little bit and see what we're talking about. Okay, so... Okay, so I'm like, how you doing? And he's like, doing great. He's like, what's up with you? I'm like, I'm good. He's like, cool. Where are you from again? I'm like, New York City. He's like, cool. He's like, oh, so where in New York? And I'm like, from all over, because I've lived, like, in, several of the boroughs, or whatever, but I'm originally from Brooklyn, anyway, so, but, yeah, so I told him, I'm like, but right now, I'm in college, though, and, he's like, oh, well, he's in Manhattan, so he's like, what are you studying? I'm like, veterinary technology, so, but I'm not starting my major till next semester, so I'm like, so are you in school or you work? And he's like, cool. He's like, I'm a freelance photographer. So I'm like, wow, I love photography, but I'm like, maybe you could show me a thing or two someday. So he's like, yeah, sure. And he's like, as long as you have the passion for it. So I'm like, I like taking pictures of, like, nature and stuff like that. Like natural things, not like, posed pictures, because, I don't know, I think posed pictures are kind of forced a little bit. So I like to take pictures of stuff that's, like, just there. Like, it's just there already. Like, you capture a picture of, like, somebody maybe moving or riding a bike or something like that, but I don't take pictures of that too much. I mostly take pictures of, like, trees and things, because I find trees sometimes to look odd, but beautiful. Anyway, so yeah, so he's like, nice, it's a good start. So I'm like, what do you take pictures of, or, like, what kind of pictures do you prefer? He's like, oh, anything. So I'm like, okay. So he leaves for a second. He's like, be right back. I'm like, okay. So then he comes back in a few minutes, and I'm like, okay. He's like, and guess what? I'm like, what? He's like, oh, just done uploading my homemade naughty videos. I'm like, LOL. He's like, can I share them with you if you like? I'm like, okay, like, whatever, because it's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't really care. But he's like, anyway, but on one condition, though. And I'm like, what? He's like, make sure you put up good comments on them. Deal? And I'm like, oh my god. Because I'm like, does this require that I have to get on an account, like, get an account on some stupid site? Because I hate doing that. He's like, well, every site requires that. Not every site that I know of, because, the only sites I know where you gotta sign up and see whatever is in disgusting, like, porn sites and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, whatever the hell he's, like, trying to show me or whatever, so I'm like, what the hell? So, I'm like, what the hell? Why is it that every time somebody wants to talk to you on Yahoo, why it always gotta be some nasty person who wants to show you and upload pictures of themselves? What is up with that? And then you tell them, like, no, that you don't care, or you don't want to see it, or whatever, and they're like, instantly, well, actually, no, he actually responded, he's like, okay, because I was like, I don't want to see it, or it's like, whatever, He's like, okay, and then he's like, just instantly logged off. What is wrong with people? These nasty, like, these porn people, like, what the fuck is up with that? Like, can you not find a normal person to talk to online? It's like, it's almost impossible these days to find somebody sane. Somebody, not sane, I don't mean sane, because they're not crazy, but, like, normal people who just want to talk to you and just get to know you. Why people always gotta, like, post up stuff all over the internet? Like, sex is not, like, the main concern of the world, like, seriously. So I'm like, whatever, I don't care. And I need to edit my Yahoo contacts, because I have more than one of those people. Gets on my nerves. Oh my god, I'm freaking sick and tired of people. It's like, I don't want to see you playing with yourself on the internet. No, thank you. It's like, I got better things to do on my time. So I'm like, if that's all you was talking to me about, was to show me some video of you, then you can move on with your life, because I don't got time for that. I am bored now. I done ran out of stuff to talk about. So yeah, so if you've ever had an encounter like that, where you're like, talking to somebody, the conversation seems to be going nice, and then all of a sudden, they pop up, or like, send you a video or something like that, of themselves, like, naked, or a video of themselves doing things to their body. So, like, let me know if you've ever had an encounter like that, and, like, tell me how did it go, or whatever, or, like, was it, like, what happened, like, I don't know. My thoughts are all over the place, because this, it's just annoying and kind of gross, but, people. Anyway, I done lost train of thought. Anyway, leave me your comments and your responses, and, I will give you my... Actually, no, I'll listen to them, and, like, I guess, in the next video, post up some of, your comments or whatever, let you know what people think, or, basically a recap of the video. So it'll be a video 6.5, I think I'm on. So, of, your comments and responses and stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm done for now. Don't mind me rocking. If you ever see me rocking in a video, please don't mind me. It's a habit, and I hate this freaking chair. Ugh. Every time I lean back, I feel like I'm gonna flip out the chair, so... Anyway, love you kittens. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.